Ever since getting back into Ninjago and watching Dragon's Risings, one character started to stand out a lot more than others. It's Lord Roz. In the first season, he was a secondary villain in the show, a guy for hire, and in the second season, he became the main villain, and then the main villain for the entire series. The one thing that makes him stand out a lot is his master, the one pulling all the strings behind the scenes. His master hasn't been revealed yet, and there are so many theories that's been going around on the internet within the fandom. I want to go over all of them, a lot of them, the ones that makes no sense. I find Roz a cool and interesting villain in the show, and I'm making this to see if I can try to get it right. It could be a big surprise or a big letdown, because some of the things in Dragon's Risings have some problems. So many setups aren't going to have a payoff or get brought up when there's so many characters that don't get enough screen time. Doc Wyatt, main writer, wants to keep this a secret and hasn't revealed that much. So we have to pick up the crumbs and figure out something. I won't be using footage since some companies like to take advantage of the fair use rules here on YouTube, and I'm trying to avoid copyright, so I hope you don't mind. Before we get into the theories, let's get into Roz's backstory first. It's not that long anyway. Roz is an anthropomorphic tiger from the wilderness realm. Where Roz was a kid, he was dangling on a branch over a ravine. Fallen in, with no one coming to his rescue, a mysterious entity made its presence known and rescued Roz, and teaching him in the ways of strength. Roz becoming the apprentice of this being, doing the work for it, gathering source icons for whatever evil plot they have. It is to undo the merge or to control all the realms. We don't know yet. I know many people have videos on this topic, and I want to throw my hat in the ring and start guessing. Alright, let's get into the list of theories. The first theory here is the Overlord. I know everyone is tired of seeing the Overlord, and he's been a villain for 3 seasons, and it's time to see someone else. Doc Wyatt has confirmed it's not the Overlord, but he could do a 180 and just do it anyway. The Overlord is currently in the void, gaining energy of hate and chaos, waiting to come back. This one seems possible if he even sees interest in Roz to use him. He has the power to bring anyone back from the dead and wants to rule everything, plunging the world into darkness and breaking the balance. Definitely right up his alley to corrupt the forces of good. He probably wants to corrupt the Source Dragons and using Roz to get the Source Icons to do so. The Overlord is a likely theory here, being Roz's master, but the fans are just tired of seeing him, and I can understand that. They want to see someone new. The next theory here of who his master is, and a popular one, it's a Source Dragon. A lot in the fandom thinks it could be one of the Source Dragons, and this could be a plausible one. A lot think it's the Source Dragon of Strength, and you can only get by in life with strength. The Source Dragon of Strength could want to betray the others, using Roz to take them down and have all the power to himself. Other Source Dragons theories fans have, it's balance or motion. Motion seems unlikely unless they make Motion a twist villain, that she's pretending to be friendly with the ninja to betray the others. And balance is also a plausible theory. Reason is that whenever Roz speaks to his master, he's in this spectral void of golden yellow orbs, and balance have the same trouble, and balance has the same color. Probably just a coincidence, but just keep it in mind. Some of the last Source Dragon theories, it's an exile Source Dragon, one that was kicked out of the council and using Roz to get his revenge, or her, whatever. An undead Source Dragon that could be his master, or an alternate timeline Source Dragon that's evil. These don't seem likely. Feel likely, but one of the Source Dragons seems likely to be Roz's master. The third theory here, it's a Source Oni, or one of the Oni warlords, or it's Omega. A Source Oni seems possible, having powers the opposite of the Source Dragons, tying into the show. Cosmic balance, where there's good, there's always evil, and council a powerful Oni that wants the destruction of the Source Dragons, that's using Roz to do so. One of the Oni warlords could be a choice. Mistake was one of the Oni warlords, but fell in love with the world of Ninjago and perished to Garmadon, but we don't know anything about the other 2 warlords, if they are alive or dead, if they even know about the Source Dragons, and they want them gone. Last of the Oni theories is Omega. We don't know where he is or what happened to him. He is not dead after the Tornado of Creation. The Oni was thrown into a plane of his unknown existence, and using this plane to contact Roz to get them freed. Omega wants his revenge against the ninja, I suppose. Fourth theory here that it's Master Ru. This theory is definitely debunked now, but this was a theory thrown around back in 2024 when Roz has a master, saying that Ru is using Roz to undo the merge, to undo his actions after he caused the merge. But now that Roz is using Ru for his master, this theory is something of the past. The fifth theory here that it's Garmadon. We haven't seen Garmadon since the original show's ending and haven't been seen since. This seems like a plausible theory, using Lord Roz to reshape the world into his image, but at the same time it's not, since Garmadon's redemption at the end of the original series trying to be good. Or it could be a version of Garmadon from an alternate timeline, but what purpose does he want to use Roz at all? Garmadon does like to use people, but at the same time, his armies always betray him, so this theory doesn't seem to be it at all. The sixth theory here, it's the time trends, Crux and Acronics. This is a popular theory here, since the last we ever saw of them was at the end of Season 7, and a mini short called Golden Hour of Ru and the time trends traveling across time, altering certain events. Like, come on, the ninja can't see them fighting in the Temple of Light in the city. And the city too, they are like 5 feet away. While Ru was affected by the reversal blade, then becoming a baby, being founded by Harumi somehow, and the twins being lost to time. The time twins probably became part of time itself, then rescuing Roz in the past, making him part of his plan to undo the merge, undoing time, to rule all over time, to get their physical forms back. The evidence here is that Roz's Master's Domain has a golden yellow glow tint to it, and one of the Time Trend's powers also have a golden yellow tint to it. Evidence to disprove this theory is how would they have access to another realm is something to wonder about, but I do like the theory that the Time Trends are Roz's Master. The seventh theory here, it's Thunderfang. We now know that isn't the case. This was probably a theory a year or two ago that Thunderfang was Roz's Master, using him to take out the Source Dragons and communicating with him through his power, but Thunderfang wants to become a Source Dragon, but he also wants to take revenge on them for being denied the opportunity, so he would destroy them all. He didn't care for the realms being combined all in one, so this one isn't, or could be. He might still be alive somehow, but who knows. Theory 8 here, and one a lot of the fans probably believe. It's an alternate Lord or an evil Lord. This is a theory I've been seeing a lot lately. A evil version of Lord from an alternate timeline or cycle that's using Roz to undo the merge, to destroy the Source Dragons, to control everything. The only evidence that this theory has is Lord's visions he had back in Season 2 of Dragon's Risings, that he failed and turned evil somehow. It's an interesting theory, but I don't think it's this one. Theory 9 here, that it's an alternate Roz, or it's all in his head, or a future version of himself. This one does feel like a plausible theory that it's an alternate version of himself from a different timeline, cycle, or universe that wants to help Roz by undoing the merge, and to get rid of the Source Dragons. Next theory, it could be himself from a future to teach him all the ways that he couldn't before, even in strength. Or last theory, it could all be in Roz's head, that he's just imagining things and he's just being led on a delusional fantasy. The theory one being in his head isn't likely, since we've seen what his master can do. The theory of it being Roz himself is definitely a probability and could be it. The 10th theory here, it's some mythical Chima entity, as in Mother Sun, the Fire Phoenixes, or some other entity. As we know that Roz is from the Wilderness Realm, where Chima is located. The Chima show was cancelled because it couldn't compete with the Ninjago. Not a lot of fans watched the show. Sales are going down with the sets. I'm not going to get much into that, but there were probably a lot of ideas for Chima that was going to be in the show before its cancellation, and those ideas could be recycled for Dragon's Risings for any powerful being. Mother Sun, the Fire Phoenixes, wants Roz's help, or to use him to undo the merge by making things the way they used to be when they learn what the Source Dragons were. Can someone ask Doc Wyatt if the Chima characters will show up in Dragon Risings, or Chima itself will show, or Chi will be a power source in the show? If these questions already been asked, I tried asking on Blue Sky, the social media site he uses now, since Twitter is a toxic place. I was ignored, or he didn't see it. Or there could be some other powerful entity from the wilderness that once Roz helped to undo the merge, or take out the source dragons. This seems like a big possibility that could be Roz's master, something from the wilderness, or Chima. The 11th theory here, that it's the merge itself. This is a theory that I heard about a year ago online on YouTube, that his master is the merge itself, that the sound of the quakes sound the same as Roz's master as it communicates with him. That's what some fans have with the theory. Maybe the merge is a being or entity itself trying to find a physical form beyond the planes of existence to use Roz to do so. That's what I like to add to the theory. It might be the merge, but I don't know. Probably not. The 12th theory here, it's a realm itself, just like the preeminent, the cursed realm. Roz's master could be the land of eternal dawn, a place that messes with people's minds and makes them see what they want to see. His master took Roz there after the Blood Moon event, so it could be his master or some other realm. This seems like a possible theory. The 13th theory, that it's one of Roz's descendants, like Zark. This theory doesn't seem likely at all, since they are a peaceful tribe, unless they turn to evil somehow and became some powerful being. They don't feel like using one of their own, or maybe one of them is evil. They probably don't know anything about the Source Dragons and the merge, so this theory doesn't seem likely at all, but who knows. The 14th theory here, it's the first Spinjitzu Master. This is a theory that's been going around for a while. The first foresaw the merge coming and made the cores to stabilize the merge. Maybe he made something to undo it some way, that he's communicating with Roz to do so, to do this. The fans are speculating that he's still alive and just taking another form to do this, that he's the mailman, some random citizen or something, that he wants to undo the merge. Not much to this theory, and thinks it's just one to throw out there. Now, this next theory seems very dumb. It's Lord Vortex from LEGO Dimensions. The evidence that he can travel to any dimension, world, and plane of some existence, and is communicating to Roz somehow. But the evidence to disprove this: one, it's copyright. I'm sure WB still owns this character. Two, he's stuck in a loophole. And three, I don't think Doc Wyatt wants to use other franchises' characters. What does Vortex want with Ninjago when he has the whole multiverse as a playground? So this theory is not it. The 16th theory here, that it could be an evil green ninja, a previous life master, one that was a failure after the Green Ninja ritual. After it was revealed that there were other Green Ninjas, Life Masters in Dragon's Rising Season 4, it brings up the possibility that it could be one of them. They could be upset becoming a failure, that they failed everyone in their life, and want revenge on their Life Masters, the Source Dragons, and make up something about the merge. They are using Roz to do so, and take control or wipe out everything. This seems like a possible theory. Last one here, not much of a theory, just a speculation. It's someone new, a new character that is Roz's master, that hates the merge, the Source Dragons, and everything. Something like that, helping Roz by teaching him in the ways of strength, and Roz is returning the favor by doing his bidding, or her, by being his or her apprentice for whatever plan they have. Out of all the theories that the fandom has, the few that I think that are probably his master is the Source Dragon of Strength, the most plausible suspect, or some powerful entity from Roz's homeland, the wilderness, Chima, or it could be a realm itself like the Eternal Dawn, or who knows, might be a new character, or they can make it the Overlord for the 324th time as a villain in the show. And again, Roz's master is having years of build-up, so it could be a big shocking surprise or a huge disappointment that could ruin the show or Roz himself as a character. We don't know if the master is a he or a she. They could reveal Roz's master at the end of Season 4, or Season 5, or Season 6, if they get to that. This show is definitely building up to a big fight of Roz and his master against the ninja and the Source Dragons, and Imperium is definitely going to play a big part in this. since they keep including it in everything. I wonder if the original plan for Dragon's Horizons for every season was that each different source dragon was captured and was going to be freed by our heroes, built into something big, but LEGO got involved and started changing things during production. That seems something they would do since LEGO wants a lot of involvement and changes in their products to advertise something to sell. So, what are your theories? Do you think Raz's master is a source dragon or an Oni? Could it be an evil lord, or is it Raz himself? Or you think it's the Overlord coming back for another round? Whoever it is, they better make it worth the wait. I like to look back on this list and say, I definitely knew it was this person. Or say, what was I on when I was making this video? This was stupid for even trying to figure it out. That's all I have for this video. Bye.